Right, today is the 3rd of March 2021 and today we're going to be getting some of the bonsais out from the garage that have been in hibernation for the winter. So I've got some out yesterday, so as you can see we've got a few more in here, so hopefully I'll be getting those out today. I need to paint some of the bonsai benches as well. I did 3 yesterday, so we've got room to get those out and get them on the benches, and once I've done that we'll be able to put the rest on display. So these ones on this bench, I took all of these out of the garage yesterday, so they've had one night in the cold. It's quite a chilly day today. I've had a bit of a frost that's lifted, but it's still a chilly day. All of these would be okay. None of them are showing any signs of any damage. We've got a few which are coming into bud now. This hawthorn is just starting to break bud. This maple is just breaking as well. There's one leaf on there that I can see. There it is. So he's just putting out a leaf. The blackthorn is also starting to break bud. That has a lovely white flower on it. This other maple is just starting to break as well. So they came out just at the right time. These ones on this side of the bench were all in the garage as well. So they've all come out. That's a mixture of maples. Most of them are maples, a couple of different ones there. There's a ginkgo biloba there. Right, so all of these on this side and all of these trees here and all of these trees were left out over winter in the polytunnel. So as you can see, the winds have brought down some of the sides, but they've all survived okay. This is the big beech forest that my brother did about a year and a half ago now. That's looking good. That's its first full winter in that pot. It's probably 1 metre long. It's certainly 1.5 meters tall. So that's the biggest forest I have. This is probably the biggest single tree, which is another beech tree. This one stands as tall as I am, so we're talking probably, yeah, it's as tall as me. So that's about 5 feet 8 inches. So that's got an air layer that I'm doing on the top. So hopefully this year I'll be taking that top section of the tree off. That's the black pot with hopefully the roots inside it. So that's been on since spring of last year. So hopefully when I take it off there'll be some root in it. I can't see any at the moment, but it's early days really. We'll see what happens with that one. And this is my workbench where I'll be doing the filming. Got my flask of coffee there ready to go to keep me nice and warm today. I see the fish are starting to come back up from the depths of the pond of the winter, so we'll start feeding them in a couple of weeks' time probably. We're giving them a little bit every now and again just to keep them going, but they won't have their proper feed until at least a couple of weeks till it warms up. So these are the benches, 2 of the benches that I did yesterday. Gave them a new coat of paint. And then this one here as well. So every year I just give them a nice new coat. It keeps them in good order. This larch tree came out of the garage yesterday as well. I'm thinking of redesigning that. I might be taking the 2 large trees out of there and putting it with another tree and making a 3-tree group. To my eye it's a bit lopsided. It's got 2 very tall trees and 5 smaller trees. But I've got a lot of larch this year that I would like to dismember and make into different trees. This is my growing bed where trees are put in to the ground to thicken up. We've got this lovely arching maple. Got another beech tree there. Behind that is a Japanese prunus. That's Kojo no Mae, which is a cherry tree, flowering cherry. We have this big juniper. Behind it is a weeping willow that my brother put in the ground. We have a silver birch tree there. So that's a quick trip around the garden. Up here we keep lots of willow trees that we take cuttings from, and we put them in buckets of water like this one, and they sprout readily. This is the latest willow tree that we are doing. It's been in the water for 2 days, so within a couple of weeks hopefully it's going to put out some root. Then we'll be able to pot that one up. Over in the corner here we've got a big maple, and we've got some hazels, and we've got a beech tree and a zelkova. So that's just a quick tour of the garden. Needs a good tidy up because I've been doing quite a lot of messing around with bits and pieces. So we need to tidy up the garden really and get everything in ship shape. These 2 trees we're going to make into one, hopefully this year. So these are hazels. This large one on the left, as we look at it, has lost a large branch on the right hand side of the tree. So where that little pot is, that's where one of the branches came out. And the one on the right, we're going to get rid of all those suckers, and then hopefully we're going to plant that next to the tree. So where we've got all of this dead wood on that trunk there, we're going to hollow that out. We may even cut that top piece off. We're going to hollow that out, plant the tree along that hollow, and make a new branch coming out this side. So that's going to really transform that tree. Instead of it all being one-sided, it's going to make it more symmetrical. It's going to liven up. I've been doing a little bit of prep work where I've loosened up the soil a little bit, ready for when we do it. So they'll come out of the pots nice and easy. So we're not going to do that today. I'm going to wait for some help from my brother. So hopefully in the next few days he'll be up. Right, so that's it for now. Just going to set the camera up on the tripod, and then I'll start getting the trees out.